Hey y'all, happy holidays. I have been in a baking kind of mood lately, and today is no exception. I love banana bread, and I don't make it all the time because I know it's a treat, but especially around the holidays, I love this kind of a thing. Today I have for you 1 bowl banana walnut cinnamon muffins. Gluten-free, it is vegan. Okay, I'm gonna preheat my oven and meet me back here. Okay, ladies, so I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. Ouch, I have tennis elbow. I have sprayed 18 muffin holes with a cooking spray, and I have toasted my walnuts and given them a rough chop. For the base, you're gonna start with 3 to 4 very ripe bananas. The riper, the better, because all the brown specklies make the banana much, much sweeter. So I have my bananas. Oops. Pink and orange kind of clashes, I know. I'm going to mash my bananas just kind of lightly. If you want to mash them with a pastry masher or a fork, whatever is easiest. I just find this is a lot easier. Okay, so those look nice and creamy. I'm going to use 1/3 cup of unsweetened applesauce. Unsweetened applesauce is going to take the place of oil. It's going to make the banana bread nice and moist. I know I use the M word without the oil. So oops, that's maybe a little more. So 1/3 cup of unsweetened applesauce. This is such an easy recipe. We don't make it all the time because I know it's a treat, but it's still a much better option than a lot of the unhealthier versions that have a ton of sugar and oil and all that stuff in it. Next, I'm gonna have 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is, in my opinion, the best on the market. It's called Nielsen Massey Pure Vanilla Extract. When you are baking, you want a high quality vanilla because it's going to make a difference. So there's 1 teaspoon of the vanilla. Oops, sorry. Give it a quick mix just to incorporate it. To this, we're going to add 1 3/4 cup gluten-free flour. Stand by. When you're measuring your flour, spoon it into the measuring cup instead of dipping it in. I always used to dip it in too because I'm really impatient, and so it's faster. Doing so packs the flour into the measuring utensil, and you'll end up using more flour than you want, and that can make for kind of a heavier, denser product. So slow your roll like so. Guys, it has been so cold here in Southern California. We live in San Diego on the coast. It's been like in the high 50s, low 60s and raining, and I am loving every minute of it. It's so nice. Into the pool. Don't you love the 1 bowl stuff? I do. 1/3 of a cup of coconut sugar, or you can use like an aerosol, which is a sugar substitute. Coconut sugar is said to be a little better for you in the sense that it has a lower glycemic level, so it doesn't spike your blood sugar as quickly as a refined sugar. Then finally, of course, you need your leveling agents. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, which to me means about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Everybody in the pool. Then I always add cinnamon. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I mean, who doesn't like cinnamon? Don't be weird. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And guess what? That's pretty much it. We're going to give it a quick mix. I love making banana bread. It's so comforting and it's so warming, especially around the holidays. Keep something like this on hand. They're nice in the mornings with a latte on those days that you just feel like eating something kind of cozy. All right, and that is it. Now, obviously, if you don't like walnuts, you don't have to put walnuts in. I have about 1.5 cups of walnuts that I toasted. Ladies, you want to make sure to toast your nuts. I'm just saying. It brings out the extra nuttiness and flavor, and if you don't toast them before you bake with them, they just kind of taste raw, and it makes your end product taste a little bit off. I'm going to put about 1/2 of them in here, and the other 1/2 I'm going to use to sprinkle on top with a little bit of granulated sugar because I'm feeling crazy. All right, so this is about 1/2, enough to incorporate. If it looks a little thick, you can add a little bit of almond milk just to loosen it up a little. So stand by, I'm going to do that. I'm just gonna add a splash. Oops, that should be okay. I'm being very careful not to overmix. I'm trying not to be too aggressive. Don't tell me you don't do that. It's delicious. All right, just gonna fill them up and bake them off. You can also do these in minis. I think mini muffins are annoying. I'm not a professional baker, I just play one on TV. Okay, and here I've just got a little concoction of coconut sugar and cinnamon. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit on top of everybody, just to give it a little crunchiness and a little sweetness when it hits your tongue. Think of these on like Thanksgiving morning or Christmas morning. Okay, a little bit of sugar. and spice and everything nice. My mom used to read my sister and I, nursery rhymes before we would go to bed. And she would point to my sister and say, "You're my sugar." And she would point to me and go, "And you're my spice." I'm like, and then just a few toasted walnuts on there. I'm going to eat half of these, and the other part I always bring down to my parents. Pretty much anything that I bake, my mom and dad get half of it. That's just the kind of daughter I am. There we go. All right, y'all. These are going to go into the oven, and I'm going to bake them off about 15 minutes or so, and then come on back and we're going to taste them.
Outdoor caroling, while the church bells are ringing.
Here's the finished product. I already ate 3 of them. They're really good. I wish you guys lived near me. I would totally invite you over for a muffin and some coffee. Those are delicious. Banana, moist, a little bit of cinnamon, and the cinnamon and sugar with the nuts on top just gives it a nice little crunch. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna put the recipe for these down below. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please like and subscribe. And until a couple days from now, I'll see you later. Bye.